Sunday on Denver 7.
If we can't get them housed right away, I want them to be able to survive.
Changes are coming to Aurora this week, including to the city's brand new urban camping ban. Millions are out of their homes and without clean water in Ukraine.
My heart was like, I want to do something about that, but what can I do?
How Coloradans are stepping up right here at home. And a little later, we've got a closer look at the newest recruits coming to Broncos country.
Good morning. Thanks for watching Denver 7 News. I'm Jessica Crawford.
And I'm Katie LaSalle. We really appreciate you being with us on this Sunday morning. And here's a look at some of the stories we're following for you.
Colorado activists are going to be in Washington, D.C. today for a May Day rally. Members of the Colorado Immigrant Rights Coalition are joining cyclists who biked more than 1,800 miles from Denver to Washington, D.C., all to demand citizenship for all. Thousands are set to gather to call for action for immigrant rights in the U.S. by the Biden administration. May Day is also known as International Workers' Day. It's to celebrate the working class around the world.
And here at home, the city of Boulder is reminding you to pick up after your dog went on walks or hikes. They're hosting a Let's Do It Day later this afternoon. It's all to emphasize the potential health threat of leaving animal waste on trails or sidewalks. City staff will be at 7 different Boulder trailheads with more information and some free swag.
Summer watering rules are now in effect this morning. People in Denver, Aurora, Lakewood, and parts of Jeffco won't be allowed to water lawns between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. And Castle Rock water restrictions will be in place from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. These restrictions are in effect through September.
And time now to take a live look outside over the Denver area this morning. Mostly clear to partly cloudy skies currently, and we're tracking our next chance for rain moving in later on this afternoon and evening. I'll show you that on Futurecast coming up. But this morning, all is dry and pretty mild. Sun is shining over Rocky Mountain National Park. A live look near Longs Peak, where we are going to be picking up some snow later on tonight and early tomorrow morning. But right now, it is 52 degrees. Winds sustained from the south at 21 miles per hour. Clouds increase, winds pick up. Temperatures will still be mild. Right now we're in the high 40s, low 50s from Centennial to downtown up through Thornton and Commerce City. The winds right now relatively calm here in Denver, but the strongest conditions expected down south with elevated fire danger. I'll take you through the full Futurecast and the big cool down to start the week coming up in just a tad.
Soon, unhoused people won't be able to camp on public property in Aurora without permission. It's part of the city's new urban camping ban that's now partially in effect. Here's a breakdown of the new ordinance. City officials have to give people living in encampments a 72-hour notice to relocate, and this can only happen if the city has open shelter space. There's also an amendment allowing the city manager to create a policy for storing personal property from those sweeps. For some, these encampments are where they start their day. Denver 7's Christian Lopez is live now with the story of one organization working to keep people who are living on the streets alive.
And this team is going out to homeless encampments every week to help connect people with several different resources. This is part of Aurora's Street Outreach Program, and they go out 5 days a week. It's made up of a team of 2 people, Michael Smith and Aaron Kay, who go to these encampments several times. They're helping people with things like food, water, blankets, and rides to the Aurora Day Resource Center where people can shower and do laundry. They're also helping people get in contact with case managers. And these are just little steps they hope will make a big difference and help get people off the streets.
People wind up out here for different reasons. Occasionally we have loss of jobs. So we try to hook those people up with folks who can help them gain employment. If it's an ID issue, we try to make sure that they get their IDs, because you can't get a place without ID and income.
And city leaders in Aurora are expected to discuss this camping ban even further during their meeting tomorrow. Live this morning, I'm Christian Lopez, Denver 7.
Christian, thank you. When we asked city leaders about tomorrow's meeting, they said there are several things they still need to be set up under the ordinance. In a statement, they said in part, the city of Aurora remains committed to a compassionate and care-focused approach to balancing the needs and security of those experiencing homelessness with the concerns of community members and the need to maintain the safety and health of the city.
Members of Congress, including Colorado Representative Jason Crow, visited Ukraine's capital city of Kyiv this weekend. And this comes as Russian attacks continue to escalate from both the ground and the sea. And just this morning, the UN confirmed an evacuation operation is now underway to get people away from a steel plant that was attacked in Mariupol. And in an address on Saturday, Ukraine's President Vladimir Zelensky called the war, quote, senseless.
Here's an often overlooked aspect of war: access to water. Russian attacks in Ukraine have left many cities without a safe, reliable source, forcing many Ukrainians to risk disease and even death just to get a drink.
Now a Colorado nonprofit, they're stepping up and taking action. Denver 7's Rob Harris explains how.
The Water for All team is packing its bags for a trip of more than 5,000 miles to the border of Ukraine. By the end of May, they plan to deliver 6,000 of these water filters, about the size of a soda can, that pack huge potential.
What you're looking at is our Vivo Blue water system. I'm going to just muddy this up a little bit so you see how dirty this sort of is, right? And then I'm going to turn it on. All the contaminants, which is Giardia, E. coli, bacteria, protozoa, cysts, are eliminated from the water source. For this particular cause, the Ukrainian war, we developed and designed a portable backpack bag. So military, moms, widows, orphans, all of those people can grab our bag, put it into a river or a lake, and they can have 2.5 gallons, 10 liters of clean water instantly.
John DeYoung is president of Water for All, and he says he sees himself in the faces of the young Ukrainians who have lost their parents.
I'm an orphan myself from the streets of South Korea. And so when we think about the widows and the orphans and the people and the soldiers that are in Ukraine right now, they need clean water.
It's about life and death, clean water, but also the power of reminding people that you're not alone.
Sarah Davison Tracy leads the Seeds of Exchange, a Colorado nonprofit that's helping Water for All. After hearing the mission, she felt she needed to join the journey to Europe and help the millions of people who are now displaced.
There are lots of people on the move right now. They're fleeing one town and heading to another. We've heard reports of people hiding out and camping up in the hills. They can hang the backpack from a tree. They can carry it on their back along with their suitcase and have clean, safe water.
The goal is to have shipped 100,000 filters to Ukraine by the end of the year, each work for up to 3 years. And DeYoung says he's personally heard from mayors of Ukrainian cities asking for deliveries.
They're going to be able to serve a family or a military person today and tomorrow and into the future of the rebuild of Ukraine, which is amazing.
For Denver 7, I'm Rob Harris.
All right, and we are just getting started here on Denver 7, and in just a few minutes we will get to meet Jen and these two adorable pups. We'll tell you more about what they're here to promote coming up in just a few minutes.
Plus, as we head into summer, CDOT's taking extra care to keep I-70 open. What changes you can expect to see.